Hi everybody, welcome to my podcast. I am Becky and I can be found as Becky Burns Gibson on Ravelry, Pinterest, and Instagram. Today I wanted to share with you my spindle collection. I only have top Whirl spindles and only drop spindles. So let's begin. The first spindle that I ever bought, I bought it at House of Yarn in Nashville. And I don't know who the maker of this spindle is, but this is an excellent spindle. It has a nice point at the bottom. It had a nice leader thread included on it when I bought it. And I remember that the label said that the wood that this whirl was made out of was an African wood, but I don't remember the specifics or the maker on this spindle. It is an excellent spindle. I have spun a lot of yarn on this spindle. The second spindle that I ever purchased was a Luay Spindle. And it's really pretty. It has really pretty sheep on it. But this spindle is not my favorite. It's my least favorite. It's pretty good for a plying spindle, but not much good for spinning singles. Okay, now this spindle is a Schneider spindle. It is signed on the back and it is numbered. It is a 1 ounce spindle and it's numbered number 299. You can purchase this spindle on Schneider Spindle's website. As well as several other really good spindles. And when I first purchased this spindle at House of Yarn in Nashville, I had not heard of Schneider spindles, but since then I've learned that it's a really popular spindle. So for years I wanted a Tom Golding spindle. And I just went crazy one week and I ordered 6. And first I will show you my solid Purple Heart Whirl. It is 2 3/4 inch whirl. And the shaft is walnut. And the weight of this spindle is 1.5 ounces. Now it's made very well. Of course I love Purple Heart wood, and it's just made very well. It's a Tom Golding spindle. It has some indentations down here so that you can grip the spindle really well when you're trying to get it started spinning. There's a notch on either side. I purchased Celtic Sheep. It's a Tom Golding spindle, and it is made out of cherry wood. It's 2 3/4 inches. It's laser engraved, and I bought it because I thought it was beautiful. It has the indentations down here so that you can grip it well when you spin it. It also has a weight on the inside of the whirl. Don't know if you can see that or not. The Tom Golding sent a ring spindle care and maintenance instructions with this spindle, including some sandpaper to keep the the bronze alloy ring nice and clean. I have spun a little bit on this spindle. I mistakenly thought I could spin lace weight on it, and it's not a lace weight spindle at all. It's more of a worsted weight spindle. That's the yarn that I ended up getting with this spindle. Okay, this is another time Golding spindle. It is called Celtic Ring 2. It is 2 3/4 inch across, and it's made of cherry wood. And the shaft is made of walnut. The weight of it is 1.26 ounces. So I bought this one because it is a sort of a traditional Tom Golding look spindle. And it does have the grips on the bottom to help you get the spinning started. I just think it's beautiful. Now moving on to my favorite spindles. This is a Tom Golding spindle. It is a 2-inch Whirl. It is box elder. That's what it's made out of, and the shaft is made out of walnut. The style is called Dragon's Blood Emerald, and it's just a beautiful green. And I have already spun some yarn on this lace weight yarn out of Rolex, and it turned out just beautiful. So I highly recommend their 2-inch spindles, especially if you're going to be spinning lace weight. Next I have a Purple Heart wood 2-inch Whirl spindle. The shaft is walnut. The weight is 0.54 ounces. I have spun some yarn on this. I don't like it as well as I do the Dragon's Blood or the olive wood that I'll be showing you in just a minute. But it works very well. I'm satisfied and pleased with it. So my favorite spindle is the one that I have used the most. It is olive wood from the Holy Land, and it is a 2-inch Whirl spindle, and the weight of this is a 1/2 ounce. And I bought it specifically because it's olive wood, and it just has ended up being my favorite spindle. You see I have some work going on there. So my most favorite spindle is my newest one, and it is a Jonathan Bosworth spindle. You'll probably recognize it if you know anything about spindles. All the Jonathan Bosworth spindles are shaped like this one. But this is a special one because it's called a moosey, and it's made out of shed moose antlers. And no moose are hurt making this. The moose antlers are shed and lying around when they get them and make these out of. You do have to get on a waiting list with Jonathan Bosworth to get one of these. And I was on a waiting list for probably 3 or 4 months before some became available. But it's just probably the Rolls Royce of spindles, and I just love it. They sent pictures when they had some available, and they let you pick out the one you wanted, and I really appreciated that. Well, that's all my spindles. I keep them stored in this flower vase with some of my hand spun in the bottom, as well as some of my straight knitting needles. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing my collection. Until next time, bye bye.